She said, "I can't ditch my coffee date with my best guy friend. Handle it." I texted back, "Fine." But when the police showed up at her cafe table, her latte wasn't the only thing that went cold. You learn who people really are when the stakes are high. I know this as a firefighter. Every shift, I see people at their breaking points, families clinging to each other, strangers stepping up for strangers in the chaos of smoke and sirens. I've seen courage in the darkest moments and kindness when it matters most. Then there's my girlfriend Sarah and the car crash that showed me exactly who she was. We'd been together 2 years, living in my condo, a place I'd busted my hump to buy. Things seemed solid. She was vibrant, charming, the spark at every gathering. I was the steady one, happy to keep things low-key. I thought we balanced each other. The only snag? Her best friend, Ethan, a flashy entrepreneur who seemed to think consulting meant sipping cocktails at trendy spots. Sarah and Ethan had this tight bond, private jokes, endless texts, a connection that always felt like it left me on the outside. I'm not the possessive type. My jobs taught me to stay cool under fire. But their dynamic? It always felt like I was the extra in their buddy comedy. Still, I trusted her when she swore they were just friends. That trust got obliterated. Last Wednesday, I was driving home after a brutal 24-hour shift. It was pouring, the kind of rain that turns roads into rivers. A distracted driver in a pickup blew through a stop sign and slammed into my passenger side. The world spun. Metal. Screaming, glass exploding, my SUV crumpling like foil. Next thing I knew, my crew was prying me out of the wreckage, strapping me to a board. My ribs ached, my head throbbed, and my right leg was screaming. A cop I know, Officer Ramirez, leaned in. "Jake, your car's toast," he said. "We're towing it. Who's your emergency contact?" I gritted out Sarah's name and number through the pain. The ambulance ride was a haze. IVs, monitors, my turnout gear cut away. At the ER, tests showed a fractured tibia, bruised ribs, and a mild concussion. I'd live, but I wasn't walking out anytime soon. An hour in, a nurse popped in. "We've called your contact, Sarah, multiple times. No answer. Anyone else we can try?" My stomach dropped. Wednesday was her coffee catch-up with Ethan. I grabbed my cracked phone and texted, "Hey, bad car accident. I'm at Mercy General, legs broken, cars totaled. Can you come get me?" Minutes later, her reply lit up my screen, and it rewrote our entire story. "Oh no, that's terrible. But I'm at coffee with Ethan, it's kind of a big deal. Can't leave now. Maybe try an Uber? Keep me posted." I read it twice, the words slicing through the pain meds. She wasn't just brushing me off. She was choosing a cappuccino with another guy over my hospital bed. The foundation of our relationship collapsed right there. Then I thought of Ramirez, still needing to notify her for the report. A plan formed, sharp, deliberate, perfect. I screenshotted her text, then called Ramirez. "Hey, it's Jake," I said, calm as ever. "Sarah's not picking up, but I know where she is. She's at the Urban Grind downtown. It's important you get her the details in person for the report." Ramirez got it instantly. "Got it, Jake. We'll send a unit to make contact. Focus on healing." I hung up, leaned back, and pictured her cozy coffee date about to get a reality check. That hour in the ER bed was a revelation. The physical pain was real, sharp in my leg, dull in my ribs, but the betrayal burned colder. Sarah's text had gutted any lingering hope, leaving only a clear, focused need to act. My buddy Tom, a fellow firefighter who'd helped pull me from the wreck, swung by. He saw my face and knew it wasn't just the injuries. "What's up, man?" he asked. I showed him the text. His jaw clenched. "She picked coffee with that Ethan dude over this? Unreal." "I'm handling it," I said. "Sent the cops to her cafe to deliver the news." Tom's eyes widened. Then he grinned. That's cold, Jake. And brilliant. Ramirez filled me in later via the officers he'd dispatched. The urban grind is a chic spot, all exposed brick and overpriced, pastries packed with people chasing Instagram vibes. Sarah and Ethan were at a prime table, laughing over lattes, probably mid-story about some startup nonsense. Two cops in full uniform walked in, and the place hushed. You don't see badges in a cafe like that unless something's up. The officers zeroed in on Sarah's table. "Ma'am, are you Sarah Thompson?" one asked, voice loud enough to turn heads. Sarah blinked, annoyed. "Yes? What's this about?" "We're here about a serious vehicle collision involving your partner, Jake Malone," the officer said, stone-faced. He was transported to Mercy General with significant injuries. His vehicle was totaled. "We've been trying to reach you for hours as his emergency contact. Mr. Malone told us you'd be here." Sarah's face went white. Ethan froze, his coffee cup stalled mid-air. The officer kept going. "You'll need to contact the towing company for any personal items in the vehicle." Every word landed like a brick. Serious collision, significant injuries, emergency contact. The officer wasn't accusing her, just laying out facts. But those facts painted a brutal picture. A guy in the hospital, and his girlfriend sipping coffee with another man. Unreachable. Ethan's charm vanished, replaced by a look of disgust. The cops turned and left, leaving a silent cafe, a half-eaten scone, and Sarah's reputation in tatters. Her perfect coffee date was done. The fallout was a whirlwind, but I watched it from the calm of my sister's guest room. After discharge, leg in a cast, ribs taped, my sister Lisa picked me up. I'd called her right after Ramirez, my real emergency contact. She was livid about Sarah's text, ready to storm the cafe herself. I stayed with her to recover, refusing to step foot in my condo until Sarah's presence was gone. Sarah's texts flooded in, frantic at first. "Jake, I'm heading to the hospital. I'm so sorry." Then, when she learned I was discharged, "Where are you? Why aren't you answering? This is your fault. You sent cops to embarrass me." The shift from fake worry to blame was quick. I didn't respond. I blocked her. Ethan, surprisingly, reached out via DM. "Hey Jake," he wrote, "I was with Sarah at the cafe. I had no clue about your accident. After the cops left, I paid my tab and bailed. Her brushing off something that serious? That's not someone I want in my circle. Sorry for any role I played. Get well soon." It was partly him covering himself, but it confirmed my win. Sarah didn't just lose me. She lost her precious best friend, too. Lisa took charge like a general. She hired a breakup moving service to pack Sarah's stuff. Every dress, every candle, every yoga mat, into boxes, stacked neatly in the condo's living room. She got the locks changed. Then she sent Sarah an email from a new address. Subject, Property Retrieval Notice. It read, "Sarah, your relationship with Jake Malone is over. As you're not on the lease, your residency is terminated. Your belongings are packed. You have 48 hours to arrange professional removal. Contact me, Jake's sister, at this email to schedule a 2-hour window. You'll be supervised to remove your items and must leave immediately after. Failure to comply means your property will be deemed abandoned and disposed of. Direct contact with Jake will be considered harassment." It was icy, legal, and final. She'd treated me like a footnote in her crisis. I was returning the favor. 7 months later, my legs healed, my head's clear, and my life's blissfully quiet. Sarah retrieved her stuff as instructed, showing up with her brother, looking deflated. She didn't speak, just pointed at boxes for the movers and left the key behind. Word is, the cafe scene became legendary gossip in her crowd. No one could spin it in her favor. She wasn't just the girlfriend who ditched her injured partner. She was the one sipping coffee while he was in the ER. Her friend group shrank, not out of loyalty to me, but because her actions were indefensible. She emailed me last month, a long, excuse-filled ramble. She froze in the moment, wasn't thinking straight, blamed Ethan's influence. She missed our stable life and claimed she'd grown. I set an email filter to trash anything from her. Her growth isn't my problem. The real victory wasn't the cops crashing her coffee date. That was just the spark. It was cutting her out of my life with surgical precision. She saw me as a convenience, a prop in her vibrant story. So I erased her from mine. I reclaimed my condo, my peace, my life. The sweetest part? Knowing I saw her for who she was and acted without flinching. A relationship means showing up when it counts. Sarah didn't just fail. She torched the rule book and laughed. The cops at her table were just the start. The empty condo, the silent phone, the life she lost. That was the lesson. She didn't want to be tied to me in my worst moment. Now, I'm free of her, and that's my cure. What do you think? Was I too harsh, or did Sarah deserve the wake-up call? Share your take in the comments, and if you enjoyed this story, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life drama. Don't forget the bell. You won't want to miss what's next.